the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. Tonight, we'll be watching the Indiana Pacers playing against the Sacramento Kings out at Golden One Center. And guys, for the Kings, this is a game they'll want. A win will give them the 4th best record in the NBA. That's a nice designation to have. Coming down the stretch, a number of teams on the playoff bubble. Shaq, what can they do to close out strong?
Well, value not just every game. You have to value every possession.
Oh, yeah.
And not only that, you've worked all year for this, so go get it, Ernie. Go out and get it. Grab it, bite it, eat it, go get it.
Wow.
How do you follow that up?
I don't know, but bubble teams, they don't have the luxury of resting players. That's the difference. You know, guys with nagging injuries, you got to play through that if you're on a bubble, because you got to get into that playoff.
Would you like to take a night off?
No.
How about you?
No, I don't like taking nights off. I'd like to play through all my nagging injuries.
Ernie, that's why we have 6 rings up here on this panel.
There's 6 between the 3 of us.
We don't ever take nights off. We play through the pain.
How many do you have? How many do you have,
4?
Shaq? 2?
6.
Right, okay. Yeah, there's 6. How many do you have? 4 and 2. Right. Got it.
I've got the same number of rings as Kevin Harlan.
Kings play before the hometown crowd, and we've got it for you live here from Sacramento, California. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. Guys, looking at Sacramento, they took the win in their last game against the Pelicans in New Orleans, and that was a serious blowout. Not too many people can claim that they saw that coming.
I tell you what, how efficient they were at scoring the basketball, especially for an away game, that was impressive.
Yeah, it was almost robotic, Greg, in this one. They filtered out all the noise and came in razor-sharp precision on the offensive end.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, guys, we know Russell Westbrook is a fearsome competitor, but he says you never know how long you'll be able to run like this or jump like this, so I go for it every time. I may look angry, but it's the only way I know. Yes, you look angry. Kevin?
Yeah, he's special, D.A., absolutely. Thanks. And tonight, 2 teams, Brent, that use rebounding to try to control the pace of the game. Talk about the importance of boxing out in this one.
Well, one of the things that most coaches say is our defensive possession does not end until we get a rebound. So to have great rebounding like we have here tonight, that means you can ignite the fast break, you can control the possessions by one and done, and not give the opportunity for a team to have a second breath at any point tonight.
Some guys consider rebounding as important as anything they do.
Well, I think it's even tougher now, Kevin, with the long balls being shot from the three-point line.
Exactly.
Lots more talk about moon rebounding and making sure that guards make contact, and then they float in and scoop those things up.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court right now for the Pacers. Mirotic is out there with Ingram. Then it's Robinson. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Capella in at the center. So the Indiana Pacers able to put the first points up on the board. Outside, Antetokounmpo. It's stolen by Capella. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. And he gets it to go from the high post. Robinson's got his first points of the game. Antetokounmpo passes to Jokic. Back to Antetokounmpo. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
He's a hard guy to guard everywhere on the floor, but more than anywhere else, Giannis can get you in the paint. That's where he lives.
Now, here is Mirotic. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Lakers in Los Angeles. Westbrook against Young. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Westbrook missing. Westbrook against Young.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Pass to Robinson. And it's blocked.
And a skilled shot blocker to boot. Love how Bagley uses that height and reach to stifle shooters.
Sacramento on defense. In the corner, it's Robinson. Westbrook surveying the D. Count it.
More power of Westbrook shown there. Not many guys can finish through contact like that.
Here's Sacramento now. 4-point game. They went to Indiana for their last meeting with the Pacers and came out with a win.
And we all know in a hostile environment, always tough, but they were the better team on that night.
And a very good all-around effort here, and that's what you need to win on the road.
Here's Antetokounmpo. He had a 36-point outing in the last game against New Orleans.
Yeah, but I like how he defended as well. You know, he got a couple blocks in that game and just an all-around great effort.
Nice looking mid-ranger there from Jokic. Money in the bank from that spot.
Pass to Ingram. It's Solomon to Antetokounmpo. Murray against Robinson. Murray kicks to Young. Just 5 to shoot. On deep. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Right now, let's check out the standings in the Eastern Conference and see how the playoff race is shaping up. Taking a look at Boston. They've got their eye on the #1 seed as the season moves into the final stretch. Currently first place in the standings, and guys showing no signs of letting up. And, of course, Indiana, right now, quite a ways down below.
I think for the Pacers, they've had their chances to kind of separate themselves from the pack this season, but so far, they haven't been able to capitalize on those opportunities.
It's got to be frustrating for them so far this year. Anytime it's appeared that they're ready to break out, they suffered some sort of regression. And it has them stuck right there in the middle of the standings.
Bagley, and he banks in the layup.
Got to push Bagley out of the paint. Once he's close to the rim, he is locked in on scoring.
Westbrook kicks to Robinson. Mirotic finds Westbrook. Over Young. Here's Capella. Sacramento grabs the miss.
And I think the defense made an impact on that play, making the shooter feel a bit uncomfortable on release.
Antetokounmpo, no good.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
Now, here's Westbrook. A 26-point game for him in the win against the Lakers in Los Angeles. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Capella, it's good on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Here's Antetokounmpo. Some solid defense from Ingram.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Westbrook draws so much attention, so takes advantage there, finds a teammate.
Well, the one thing the Kings have gotten right, Brent, is this new home arena. It is one of the best in the league.
Well, on warm Sacramento nights, what's really cool about this place is they open it up. So you got the natural airflow. It sneaks in. It feels comfortable here. Something these fans can take a lot of pride in with what they've done in downtown Sacramento.
Here's Robinson. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Westbrook against Young. Westbrook can't get it to go. The Kings trail by 4. Young dishes to Murray. From outside, off the mark.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Ingram outside. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Teams are trying to finish the season, Brent, with some energy. Reduction of back-to-backs has obviously helped make that a reality.
Well, Adam Silver deserves a ton of credit for approaching the schedule change the way he has the past couple of seasons.
Thinking about the quality of the game.
Yeah, because it is. The quality of the product can make sure that your star players can play as many games as possible. And it's still extremely difficult for those guys to get up for 82 games. They still need their rest. But at least the league has addressed it. The league has given more opportunities for guys to find quality rest in between competition. And hopefully we'll see more players have health. We've not seen that translate into health, but I hope it happens this season.
Me too.
And Ingram, the former Blue Devil, an extraordinary player who only promises to get better.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. He's checked in for Jokic. Chris Middleton comes in for Bagley, and Hield subbed in for Jamal Murray. And he makes both free throws. The Kings trail by 6. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Passes it to Bol. And Young kicks to Hield. On the pass to Bol. Sacramento with a fresh shot clock. Westbrook against Young. Shot clock at 6. Indiana leading by 6. Outside Westbrook. Off target from outside.
Well, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Young against Westbrook. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Young. You put one of these guys on the stripe, boy, you better just chalk up the points. These are the top free throw shooters since the All-Star break. For Indiana, they've gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. It's Ingram on the wing, defended by Middleton. Ingram outside. 6 to shoot. 14 feet away. It doesn't go for him. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. Hield, bounce pass. They get it again.
And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that board.
Russell getting to the rim, one of my favorite things to watch the entire season.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first.
Yeah, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Well, coming out of the timeout, let's see if they go for the outside shot or if they look to go inside, try to build some confidence by seeing that ball go in.
And for the Pacers, they come in off a great outing against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
Yeah, and we saw them really play a determined game when it came to chasing down rebounds, getting those good second chance looks. Really loved their aggressiveness.
Pacers leading by 6. To the middle, it's Solomon to Kumbo. Pass to Middleton. No good. Shot missing. So Indiana will take it the other way. Robinson with it. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. And the dunk by Capella. And the Pacers lead by 8.
Yeah, that's pretty much a perfect pass, and that's also alliteration.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Hat.
No other way to put it. Just a rough quarter in terms of scoring. He has not been helping at all.
Now, here is Young, coming off a stellar performance against New Orleans.
You just can't leave anyone open around Young. He's very capable of spotting his uncovered teammates.
To the inside, and he bangs it home with one hand.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Ball's knocked loose, and a fast break now for the Pacers. Lets it go from 14. The Kings trail by 8. Antetokounmpo passes to Bol. Hield against Robinson. Pass to Bol. Shoots over Capella. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. For a long time, the answer always seemed to be LeBron James. But it seems fair to ask now, who is the best single player in the NBA, in your opinion?
LeBron James.
Me too.
Didn't you just say his name?
I thought
it was
I
on
did.
my frontal
I was
lobe
thinking
here.
it, and I guess it came out.
We have so many great superstars, but after last year, his 15th season, LeBron James performing the way that he did, carrying his team back to the finals, there's just no doubt amongst peers, and we get a chance to watch him, Kevin. LeBron James is still the man in the NBA.
Ditto. Sacramento making some changes. Jokic has checked in for Antetokounmpo, and Murray subbed in for Young. He's off on the second. And when you watch Collins play, Greg, you just can't help but notice how athletic he is going to the rim.
Man, his hang time and ability to throw it down make him an ideal finisher inside. Very efficient because he's not only a strong finisher, but also enjoys attacking the rim. And does a great job, I think, of picking up misses, just being a pest for the defense.
Murray, good.
That's a tricky little move there as Murray found a little bit of space and then got that floater off.
To the left side wing. Kicks to Collins. Covered by Hield. He can't get that one.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. Good ball movement here by the Kings. Back to Middleton. Hield outside. 6 to shoot. For the 3. Sinks the triple. And now just a 4-point Pacer lead.
Yeah, watching Hield shoot is quite astonishing. He does a great job of establishing his feet as a foundation for his three-point shot.
Now here is Holiday. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for Sacramento. Hield can't hit.
Were those guys back on defense? I didn't see him. Somehow someone missed an assignment. Luckily, he bricked the mid-range.
Dishes to Holiday. Three-pointer. The rebound by Middleton. The Kings trail by 4. There's 42 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Murray. Good D by Holiday. Indiana's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Here's the floater. Got a piece of it. Hield outside. Outside for Murray. There's 14 seconds left to play in the first quarter. The Kings need to get off a shot here. And that one's good. Jokic.
Well, that's just sweet passing there for Murray, keeping his eyes open and finding the open man.
Russell Westbrook has been leading the charge for Indiana. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And pronouncing Giannis Antetokounmpo's name correctly has been a challenge for many, something he discussed before today's game.
The worst I've ever heard was my rookie year. A guy called me Antetokounmpo, and Kunupi in Greek means mosquitoes. So he basically said anti-mosquito.
And the mosquito, definitely not a good comparison for Giannis.
Yeah, more like a condor. But that last name certainly has a lot of people looking for nicknames.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Pacers so far, guys.
I mean, they're winning the turnover battle, and oftentimes that can swing things your way.
Well, they're taking care of the ball. They're attacking on defense, and this has them out to a big lead after one.
On the court for the Pacers as our second quarter gets underway. Off target with his three. And for Sacramento, they're shooting well. They're at 45%. Passes it to Middleton. He kicks to Bagley. Over Collins. And it's Bagley that time on the assist by Middleton. Bagley's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, and Bagley has the reputation for showing variety. Can score in a different way on each possession.
Feet away. Offensive rebound. Collins. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Collins has got the game tied up here for Indiana.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
Well, that's the second part of the equation there. Block out, be aggressive, and control the glass.
Bagley dishes to Murray. Hield outside. And there's the pass to Bull. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Bull's got the lead. Back up to 2 now for Sacramento. Holiday. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Covered by Hield. They grab their own miss. Here's Collins. That's tipped, and so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter.
And a nice defensive sequence there by Hield. Not a natural lockdown defender, but he's a competitor.
For Indiana, they've gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. Holiday surveying the floor. Buries it down low.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy play right there. You're hoping that the guy misses the shot without really doing your job in challenging it.
Count that one. Middleton's got the lead up to 2 now for Sacramento.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
The rebound by Middleton. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for Sacramento. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. The dish to Hield. Stolen away. And here we go. Puts it up. He trains the quick shot. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Out to the wing. Murray, the pass to Bull. Back to Murray. Let's go. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And Holiday kicks to Collins. And Buddy Hield is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Sacramento. Young comes in for Jamal Murray. outside Westbrook. Six on the shot clock. The step back jumper is good. Westbrook's got 10.
Getting a little bit more room here from the mid-range, the explosive shot area, getting quick to that spot and separating from the defender. I really like the awareness, noticing that he's got the mismatch, and then he just used his size as his advantage on the layup.
Here's Mirotic. Sacramento making their last shot. Robinson misses. Here's Bol, covered by Mirotic. Bol, that's good. Now it's a 4-point Kings lead.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Westbrook finds Capella. Young against Westbrook. Mirotic has a wide open look. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook.
And Mirotic has some pretty good catch and shoot numbers, and great at knowing ahead of time as to when those shots are going to come his way.
Middleton against Ingram. Middleton dishes to Antetokounmpo. Pass to Hield. To the middle. Bol, that's good. 11 points in the game.
Now he's torching the D right now, hitting a high percentage of all the shots he's let fly.
Westbrook kicks to Robinson. Back to Westbrook. Outside Robinson. A three-pointer off the mark. Kings leading now by 3.
When you think about a coach looking into the eyes of one of his players and telling him to match up with Giannis Antetokounmpo and all the things that he brings to the table, that's a long night of restlessness before you match up. Press up on him, he'll blow by you in transition. He's at the rim in 2 dribbles. Tough to stop that kid.
Pacers trail by 3. Inside, Ingram passes to Westbrook. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
Yeah, Russell is not stopping right now. So sure on the offensive end. Just complete confidence there.
Antetokounmpo covers so much ground, Brent. He can almost go the entire length of the court in 2 dribbles.
Well, once he gets around towards the rim, his reach can make it seem like defenders aren't even there. Not just one defender, but multiple defenders. So it's unfair already, and you add that athleticism to what he can do. Wow, unstoppable offensive force.
Now here's Middleton. Some solid defense from Ingram. Outside Westbrook. Westbrook double team. Young with the steal. Middleton inside the 3-point line. They get it back. It's not going to go for him. Indiana trailing here. To the paint. Here's Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Here's Antetokounmpo, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
That's a nice move on the bounce from Giannis, showing that the tools are getting sharper.
Westbrook against Young. Now here's Westbrook. Defense right on him. They get it back. Ingram against Hield. Teardrop shot and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one is on Hield.
The knowledge that Ingram possesses, well aware that the D is going to hack him in these situations.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. Traveling has been a concern for the NBA for a while. For a purist like you, do you like that?
Well, you got to get from city to city, Kevin.
I don't think that's the kind of traveling I'm talking about here. Yes. I only ask you pay attention. That's all. It's a simple request.
Yeah, they're doing a better job. Some get away with it more than others. How's that?
What an answer. Thank you, Brent. And the second free throw, good. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Hield can't hit. Indiana's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let them fly.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
The Kings trailing. Middleton outside. Takes the three. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Robinson finds Mirotic. Here's Westbrook. That shot missing. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. For 3, Middleton finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
Yep, that's a great look from Giannis there.
And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Young with the steal. And now Sacramento on the break. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Now we can talk about it over and over again, Kevin. Antetokounmpo combines size and versatility in ways we just haven't seen, at least up until the Greek Freak's arrival.
And Brent, you look at Giannis Antetokounmpo's slashing game, standing maybe a hair under 7 foot tall. How do you even put it into words?
Well, it's hard to imagine a more perfect frame for today's game in terms of getting in transition, having a versatile offensive game, putting it down, getting to the rack. The one thing that we're anxious to see is whether or not Giannis will develop the type of range from the three-point line that makes it respectable. Other than that, he's pretty much unstoppable.
And some changes here for the Kings. Jokic has checked in for B. Bagley comes in for Chris Middleton. And Murray subbed in for Buddy Hield. Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo.
Looking comfortable there from the line. Knows he needs to come through for his team at the charity stripe.
Ingram kicks to Westbrook. Good defensive work there by Young. Kings leading now by 3. Pass to Jokic. And for Jokic, just keeps getting better, Brent, but always stays very grounded in terms of his personality.
Yeah, I think his brothers had a lot to do with that. You just don't see the big ego coming out of him. In fact, you see a guy who's enjoying the game. He smiles, he's laughing with teammates, he enjoys being with this group and around this coaching staff. And he went as far as to say that he plays every game as a game of pickup basketball in his hometown. I need to travel over there and get in that game.
And he makes the first.
And for a big man, Jokic is more than just a good free throw shooter. He is fantastic.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Robinson kicks to Ingram. Passes it to Westbrook. He dishes it to Mirotic. 6 to shoot. Now here's Ingram. Defense is right there. And now Sacramento on the break. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
It was a huge night for Giannis Antetokounmpo at the offensive end of the floor. That length and athleticism just proving to be too much for any defensive scheme.
Now here's Westbrook. 12 points for him. Shot to stop the run. Good. He hits the jump shot. Westbrook's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, the defenses are geared up to prevent Westbrook from getting to that position, so he just goes ahead and takes it.
And there's a minute 45 left in the first half of basketball. And it's blocked by Mirotic. Ingram outside. Kicks to Robinson. In the corner, it's Westbrook. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Now it's just a 3-point Sacramento lead.
And this quarter has been all about him. You feel every shot he's going to take is going in.
And finished off by Bagley.
Yeah, great timing there. Bagley gets off the ground so quickly, gives the defense no chance to react.
Now here's Capella. He had 10 points in the win against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
And he also positioned himself perfectly to grab all those rebounds. Guys, can't forget about the fundamentals.
Here's Ingram, and the Pacers tack on 2 more.
And not only can Ingram score from the perimeter, but he can also contribute inside. The way he releases his shot makes it very difficult to block.
Lets it go from 11. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got 8 rebounds in this game. To the middle, and stolen by Murray. Here's Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
Jokic getting out and running. That's a huge plus for this offense, determined to beat some people up the court.
Robinson against Murray.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Pacers have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. He's perfect from the line this time.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Young against Westbrook. Young outside. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Antetokounmpo, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Great to see Antetokounmpo going strong inside. At times, the D has no choice but to foul him.
The Kings have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
Antetokounmpo, 2 at the line for 2.
He's off on the first. And he sinks the second. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Kings ahead. They lead by 4. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Chris, how did the team's offensive approach improve in that first half?
We didn't have any type of tempo going. We were real stagnant, standing around a lot. Once we got moving, pushing the ball more, we got what we wanted.
Hey, Chris, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports, the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Boy, we have a lot to discuss. A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 13 points, 3 assists, and 2 steals. Coming off a great performance last game, tonight he looked like he had that same aggressive mindset. What'd you think about Sacramento, Kenny?
Well, their ball movement was phenomenal. Now, they're in good position to win this game, large in part because of those assists. And this is the thing, Ernie. When you win as a team, you feel better about everything that happens.
Shaq, your take on Indiana.
Well, I thought the one bright spot was the effort on the glass. Several times when momentum was sliding, getting a timely rebound really lifted them. The strong work on the glass is key because that's how you string together a series of big stops.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. And Sacramento has possession. They lead by 4. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Jamal Murray is out there with Young. And then there's Antetokounmpo. Then it's Bagley. And it's Jokic in at the center position. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Pacers trail by 6. Robinson with it. All guarded by Murray. And the dunk by Westbrook.
Man, we all saw that right there. Is he part feline? Cat-like quickness and elevation from Westbrook.
And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Cover heaven, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
To the wing on the left. Robinson against Murray. Shot clock at 5. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Indiana Pacers. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Washington Wizards. And then on Saturday, they'll be facing Hassan Whiteside and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And it's going to be home game after home game after home game for this group. So they got a great chance to string together a number of wins given how strong they've been playing.
And the first one at the line is good. Robinson hits them both. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Antetokounmpo passes to Jokic. They get a hand on it. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. And let's step back for a second to look at the top shooting point guards in basketball this season. The 4th spot held by Trae Young.
Some remarkable shooters in that group. I mean, you know that when you're seeing those types of numbers at the point guard position, you're talking about some very intelligent and patient players.
Well, it's about taking smart shots and playing with great control. And that smart shot selection coupled with tremendous pure shooting, that's got them on the top of the list.
Now here's Westbrook. 18 points for him. 6 on the shot clock. Ingram against Antetokounmpo. And it's Ingram missing. Kings leading now by 4. Left side, Antetokounmpo. And Mirotic sends it back. to the inside. Here's Robinson, and 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Marvin Bagley picks one up. For Indiana, they have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. The first one falls. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Murray kicks to Bagley. Dishes it to Antetokounmpo. Shot clock at 5. Here's Jokic. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Indiana trailing here. Ingram outside. For the tie, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, the defender all over.
And this is his 3rd trip to the line tonight. And he knocks down the first one. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. The Kings leading. Young outside.
Well, the defense better look up and say thanks. Leaving guys that wide open is not a recipe for success.
That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. For Sacramento, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the 3rd quarter. Murray outside. The pass to Jokic. He kicks to Antetokounmpo. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
He has got a lot of confidence in his game, and you have to if you think you can knock one down from there.
Yeah, and let's not get on him too much, but that shot is also a little irresponsible.
And at 6'9", Ingram is constantly on the prowl for these dunks. An incredible athlete who just finishes with ease near the hoop.
And Sacramento has possession. The Pacers taking the shot. Shot's good from Young.
A big man who can really dish it out. Jokic really reliable, setting up his teammates.
And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for Indiana. Ingram passes to Capella. It's thrown by to Kumbo. Young outside. Antetokounmpo against Mirotic. Steps back and shoots. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Indiana called for the foul.
Yeah, I don't know how you deal with the length of Antetokounmpo. I mean, his name is long enough, and then you look at the body.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. Pacers trail by 3. Here's Westbrook. He's got 18. And the call will be against Marvin Bagley. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early. And just one more will put him over the limit.
It's stolen by Bagley.
And we've just seen them make mistakes on back-to-back trips. Both those turnovers could have been avoided.
I like that from Murray right there. When he's passing it like this, it can make him so much better and so much more open.
Here's Robinson. The Kings getting the bucket. Pass to Westbrook. Over Murray. Westbrook with the bucket. Westbrook's got 20 points.
And I ask you, what can you do? This guy is a phenomenal decision maker. Well, Jamal Murray, you can't start much younger than Jamal did. At age 3, he reportedly could play basketball for hours on end. Where's the nap time, Kevin? Where is the nap time?
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Murray. Shot from the inbound, and Ingram the bucket on the assist from Capella. Ingram's got 5 points now this quarter. There really isn't a time in Murray's life that he wasn't great at this game.
No, in Canada, just such a great career in Ontario. Played alongside, actually, Thon Maker. And then 1 year at Kentucky. Who doesn't have 1 year at Kentucky? Drafted 7th overall. And what an amazing fit that he's still pointing up and improving. One of the game's more deadly shooters right now.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Chris Middleton's checked in for Bagley. And it's Buddy Hield in for Young. The shot by Middleton, wide open. And it's good off the back rim and in. Middleton's got 7 points. Pacers trail by 3. Outside Westbrook. Covered by Hield. The kick out to Westbrook. 4 on the shot clock. To the paint. Well-placed alley-oop pass into the layup.
That's a prime example right there of Westbrook being a dual threat. He can make plays for himself and for an open teammate.
Antetokounmpo finds Jokic. No good on that one. And Indiana will come the other way.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Mirotic up top. That one wide left. For Sacramento, they've gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. It's Antetokounmpo on.
Okay. I think Giannis loves that kind of stuff right there. His dunks sometimes get vicious.
That's tipped and stolen by Murray. Here's Antetokounmpo and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Pass to Westbrook. Six on the shot clock. Here's Mirotic, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 4th assist in this one. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Sacramento Kings. A 2-point game. Just 5 on the clock. Fires for three. And another three for Sacramento.
Now that's not bad form there. You don't have to tell Murray twice to let it fly from there with that much room.
Westbrook kicks to Collins. Defended by Middleton. Passes it to Mirotic. This one for three. The offensive rebound, Collins. And finished off by Collins.
And what a gutty play. I mean, muscles his way to the rebound and then just pounds it home for the putback.
Well said, G.A. The battle on the boards, Clark, could go a long way toward deciding this game.
Well, especially when the game is this close. You recognize with your instincts the opportunity to help your team out. Just never flinched. Some guys just take pride in how they set screens. It might seem like a small part of the game, but as you saw there, it can have a huge impact in getting a shooter an open look at the basket.
The Kings have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight, 7 for 10.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Middleton.
Middleton improving his game, improving his confidence, coming back after injury, and working to become better.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to kind of regroup and discuss ways to maximize these possessions.
And therein lies the trick, discussing ways to be aggressive, but not committing turnovers.
And now let's turn to the 2K leaderboard for a look at the squads that have the most points in transition over the past 10 games. The Pacers fourth.
I mean, no doubt for me that they've hit their stride the last few weeks. I mean, they are punishing the defenses with that up-tempo style.
Covered by Hield. Shot from 12. Good D by Hield.
It's just been an off night for him. That doesn't happen all that often, but the thing that you do at this point is not to push it, not to rush it, let it come back to you.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
The Kings have attempted 11 free throws today and converted 8 of them.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That's good from Antetokounmpo. Certain guys can play within themselves and still dominate. You played along one of the best that you saw up close in Tim Duncan.
One of the things I think about with Tim is how many numbers he left on the board, Kevin. The way that Coach Popovich played him, minimal minutes, touches when needed most, where Tim usually came through, but how much more dominant he truly could have been.
And he didn't care about numbers, did he?
Not at all. He cared about one number, and that's putting W's on the board. But how many more things Tim Duncan would have led categorically in the history of the NBA at the power forward position, but overall, the numbers would have been staggering.
First one falls for him. And Russell Westbrook. He is a standard bearer for the Jordan brand with his own signature shoe, Greg. Few players have ever been as competitive as Michael Jordan, but you think Westbrook may be in that conversation.
No doubt about it. The similarities don't end there. The surreal athleticism, the will to dominate, and that fire, finding grudges to motivate them to their highest level. I think there's a kinship in how MJ and Russ approach the game.
Now, here is Young. He's got 5. Here's Bagley. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Outside Holiday. Banked in off the glass. Holiday's got his second basket of the night.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Basket counts.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
To the middle. It's tipped. It's stolen by Bagley. And now Sacramento on the break. Shot's good by Middleton.
Ooh, the soft floater from Chris Middleton guiding that one over the defense.
Westbrook against Young. The pass to Montgomery. It's up a 3. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Bulls got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's Middleton. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Middleton's got 14.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Westbrook against Young. Some nice passing here by Indiana. The rebound by Hield. Sacramento leading by 13. Young taking his time here. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
You know, you can't be overzealous inside when you guard Young. You got to be better at contesting without fouling.
For Sacramento, they have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far. And the first one at the line is good.
And, of course, all the comparisons to Steph Curry. Young just trying to be the best version of himself. And we've already seen the upside.
The Pacers making a change here. Ingram's checked in. And so Young nails them both. 1:05 left here in the third quarter. Ingram passes to Collins. To the inside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. He's got 6.
Well, he's like a carpenter out there. Great floor awareness. Zipping the ball over to his teammates with ease.
Young against Holiday. And Young, here we go. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Kings lead by 15.
And the dogged attitude of Bagley. When shots go up, he wants to be the first to pounce on misses.
Down low. Here's Collins. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
This is his first free throw of the game. One is off. So he comes up empty at the line. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for Sacramento. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points.
And the spacing right there for Buddy Hield allows him to get that shot off. You just can't give him that kind of space or he's going to hurt you.
Pass to Ingram. Floats one. No good that time. And so it's the Sacramento Kings with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
And that's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
It's the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Pacers trail by 18 on the court for Indiana. Covered by Hield. Good D by Hield. Now the feed to Murray. Hield kicks to Murray. Over Holiday. Murray, no good. Here's Indiana. A three-pointer is right on target.
Really surprised a little bit to see him drift out to the three-point line, but I guess I shouldn't be if you can stroke it like that.
Pass to Jokic. Murray surveying the D. Here's Bol. Murray kicks to Jokic. Shot clock at 6. Murray against Collins. Murray, no good. Pacers trail by 15. Floats one, and the layup is up and in.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
The Kings shooting the ball really well in this game, 58%. Hield outside. Back to Murray. Just 5 to shoot. Steps back and fires. And he hits the jumper for 2.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, when your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you can turn it up.
Now, here's Collins. All alone. Again, Indiana. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Hield. And the Kings lead by 15. Pacers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Poked away. Wide open look. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
Man, he is just really in a flow right now. That field goal percentage has gone through the roof.
And Holiday kicks to Collins. Defended by Middleton. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
We love to see the resolve from an offensive player after a disappointing first half. He's been terrific here in the second.
Hield the pass to Bol. Here's Jokic. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And Jokic, even though we look at his body and you don't think he plays physically, he can do that.
Nikola Jokic at the line for 2.
Two shots.
Free throw, good. Jokic.
And one difference this half is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
Both good from the line that time.
And this team will make you pay when they get chances at the free throw line. It's helped them pull ahead here today.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. the middle. The turnaround jumper. The rebound by Hield. Hield's got 4 rebounds now tonight. The dish to Murray. Middleton outside to the wing on the left. Here's Bol. That 3 off the mark. Pacers trail by 17. Defended by Middleton. Kicks to Holiday. Just 5 on the clock. Covered by Hield. Got a hand on it. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Kings leading now by 17. And here is Murray. Pass to Bol. Nice pass. Nice catch and a resounding dunk.
And that's such solid fundamental basketball on display right there.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up a dunk.
Well, that's a play that only works by practicing over and over and having a great rhythm with your teammate. You could see the timing there.
And so here is Indiana. Sacramento making their last shot. 4 on the clock. Here's Holiday. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Timeout called by the Kings.
And sometimes you just want a reminder of what our objectives are tonight.
Yeah, get everyone on the same page and point it in the right direction.
Sacramento making some changes. Bagley, he's checked in for Jokic. Antetokounmpo comes in for Chris Middleton. Young is subbed in for Jamal Murray. Kings leading now by 17. Young outside. It's hauled in by Clint Capella.
And they still need to step up just a little bit. They have the lead, but he needs to find himself out there.
Count that one.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Now, here's Bagley. Antetokounmpo kicks to Young. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got his 6th assist on the night. Pacers trail by 18. Outside Robinson. Lob pass to Capella. That shot is off.
And a little frustration now, missing on the catch and flush.
Sometimes the easy play is the right play. You take a chance when you go for that big finish.
Bol, that's good.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
Well, tonight his pinpoint accuracy has been impressive.
Now here's Ingram. Do you think it seems like young players are more receptive to stints in the G League than they were in the past?
I feel that way.
Seems that way, yeah.
Like the stigma of what was used to be the D League, and maybe it was because those were the grades that I had, that you felt a little weird about it. But now that it's the G League, and now that, like we talked about, almost half the players last year had some kind of touch with the G League, I think that stigma has mostly gone away.
Are you saying you were a G student?
Well, when I gave my mom my report card, she said, gee, you got 4 A's.
It's good. 14 points for Trae Young.
Are we sure that's the same player, guys? He looks completely different. What confidence he's playing with, and look how engaged he is on both ends.
Now, here's Capella. It's picked off. And now Sacramento on the break. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
That's attacking the rack. That's Antetokounmpo on the take and muscled his way in.
The Pacers have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. Capella with it. The pass to Robinson. Outside Westbrook. Clock at 6. Over Young. And it's Westbrook again missing. For Sacramento, they've gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the fourth, 8 of 12. And that one is good.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Now, here's Westbrook. Tearaway warm-ups have long been a feature of the NBA. But last season, the new tearaway jerseys, they just kept ripping apart.
The old uniform malfunction, Kevin, last year. Yeah, maybe.
You even had a couple malfunctions, and that was odd.
Well, the tie? Bad tie?
Yeah.
I always have bad ties. I think they're looking back at the material choices for what they're doing. So maybe there'll be some subtle changes into this year. But it was interesting. In the early part of last year, a lot of guys with a finger underneath the arm and pulling away a jersey and ripped away. So maybe the supplier will the fabric this year.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
That's good from Antetokounmpo. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And making the most of their opportunities at the line here in the second half.
Westbrook. And the shot no good.
He doesn't seem to be shooting it with confidence, and his shots are going all over the place in this period.
Good ball movement here by the Kings. Pass to Bull. Pacers with the rebound. Ingram's got 4 rebounds in this game. You see a lot of player tampering right now in the NBA.
Well, how do you define it, Kevin?
Well, if a player wants to go out and recruit other players that may be under contract with another team.
I see that a lot, Ben, Kevin. I mean, it happens all the time. Players talking about what are you thinking about doing and about, wow, don't you think this would be great if we could get together on the floor in 2021. Let's try to.
But management doing it is a completely different animal.
Management cannot do it. Although some teams have walked that tightrope a little bit to the point where they've fallen off in recent years. But the idea of players not ever talking to one another about the potential of being together.
Come on, right?
It's always happening.
Indiana's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Outside Robinson. Robinson with the jam.
And a hard finish there, guys.
Yeah, and only one hand needed for that one. Kings leading now by 21. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Pulls it up. No good off the front iron. Pacers trail by 21. Left side Westbrook. 1:56 left to play in the final quarter. Over Young. Westbrook, no good. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. Cast a bowl. And they double up on Antetokounmpo. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. Sacramento making some changes. Jokic comes in for B. And Middleton subbed in for Heel. And the Pacers also making a change. Mirotic is checked in. 1:36 left in the fourth quarter. Robinson against Middleton. Robinson kicks to Mirotic. The three. Sacramento grabs the miss.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
Yeah, I think coaches right here are always talking about the extra pass. And a contested three is not your objective. One more, maybe.
Here's Young, cans the 12-footer.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Sacramento.
Look at their number of assists.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
And on the year now, tonight's impending victory will push their win total to 47.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief two-game.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He came in with a focus and brought that dominant performance to the defense all night long, controlling the pace of the game and was firing on all cylinders.
And here's Middleton following Russell Westbrook's three. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
And this is how you close out a game, not taking any chances.
Yeah, you gotta be relentless in this game or the tide can turn on you. Not here, not tonight.
One shot.
There's 39 seconds left in the game. He dishes it to Ingram. The kick out to Westbrook. 6 to shoot. Over Young. And too long on the shot. So it's Sacramento easily grabbing this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.